How can I smile while Al-Aqsa is under occupation? The silent architect of victory. The story of Nur ad-Din Zangi and his pivotal role in the liberation of Al-Aqsa before Salahuddin Ayyubi. In the dusty cities of 12th century Syria, as the Muslim world fractured and crusader armies loomed, a quiet force began to rise, one whose name would never echo as loudly as Salahuddin's, yet whose vision and righteousness lit the very path to Jerusalem's liberation. That man was Nur ad-Din Zangi, the Prince of Aleppo, a warrior of justice and a man of unwavering faith. Born in 1118 CE, Nur ad-Din was the son of Imad ad-Din Zangi, a powerful Turkish general and ruler. When his father was assassinated, the responsibility of ruling Aleppo fell on young Nur ad-Din's shoulders. The Muslim lands were torn by disunity, internal conflict, and foreign invaders. Yet Nur ad-Din did not crumble under the weight of history. Instead, he rose with clarity of purpose to unite the Ummah and reclaim the sacred lands from the grip of crusaders. What set him apart was not just his military skill, but the purity of his character. He was known to pray long into the night, often weeping in tahajjud, fasting regularly, and keeping the Quran close to his heart. He rejected lavish palaces and wore simple garments. When offered extravagant honors, he humbly turned them away, saying, "How can I smile while Al-Aqsa is under occupation?" But he was no mere mystic. Nur ad-Din was a man of deep governance and practical reform. He restructured courts to serve the poor with justice, built madrasas to revive Islamic scholarship, and ensured hospitals were free and available to the people. He was a leader for the people, just and accessible. Yet he knew that unity was key. The real enemy wasn't only the Crusaders, it was division among Muslims. And so, with wisdom and patience, he began to unify the fractured lands, Syria, parts of Iraq, and eventually Egypt. He understood that the Muslim world couldn't stand against the invaders unless it stood together. It was during his campaigns in Egypt that he sent one of his most trusted generals, a young Kurdish commander named Salah ad-Din Ayyubi. Under Nur ad-Din's guidance, Salahuddin gained experience, resources, and the ideological foundation that would one day make him the liberator of Jerusalem. Nur ad-Din was the mentor. Salahuddin was the fruit. Tragically, Nur ad-Din passed away in 1174, just before seeing his life's mission fulfilled. But his death wasn't the end. It was the beginning of the climax he had worked so patiently to build. 13 years later, Salahuddin would fulfill that dream and walk through the gates of Jerusalem, not in bloodshed, but in mercy, just as his teacher would have wanted. Today, Nur ad-Din Zangi rests in Damascus, mostly forgotten by the modern world. But the stone